Welcome back. Today's video is about recovery. Recovery is the process of your muscles, your body rebuilding itself to come back stronger. So you did this activity, your muscle tissue broke down, and now it's repairing itself to be stronger, fitter, better, whatever terminology you want to use. So for example, let's take this person who is a runner. They run 10 miles a day very routinely. They're a great runner and their body has learned to recover and adapt to running very well. But we take that person and we say, now I want you to back squat 10 reps of your body weight. So say they weigh 165 pounds, they do 10 squats with 165 pounds, they're going to be extremely sore. All they ever did was run, and now their body is in this state of like, oh my God, what just happened to my quadriceps? I haven't used my muscle like that in a long time. Your body is going into, okay, I need to repair this muscle stronger than it was, because if this happens again, I want to be recovered and ready for it. So this is kind of the nature of this video. How do we get that process to be faster and more efficient? So there's a couple, 5-6 things you need to consider. Your food being number one. What you eat, what you put into your body is going to either enhance or regress your recovery. If you're eating inflammatory foods, fast food, junk food, sugar, you're drinking your calories, like things like that are going to slow down your recovery, make you feel sore for longer. So consider your food as the baseline for all things fitness and health. If you can really dial in and eat good foods, everything else is rewarded because of it. Another thing is stretching. So I see a lot of people stretch right before and right after a workout, which is great, and they should keep doing that. But there's a lot more benefit to stretching throughout the day, because you're promoting more flexible muscles, you're promoting some blood flow, and that tissue will adapt and be more ready for a workout at whatever point in your day. So stretching is also very important. The biggest thing behind food is blood flow, making sure you're promoting blood flow to your affected area. So if I did a bunch of bench press and my chest and my triceps are really sore, I want to make sure whatever activity that I'm going through that day promotes some blood flow to there. I'm not going to then just place another heavy load on that area because it's already broken down. I don't want to further damage that tissue, because that's what you're doing when you exercise. You want to promote good blood flow. Think like higher reps of lower intensity movement to just create blood flow to that area. That blood flow will help induce that healing. A little bit of a tangent about ice baths is they are not good for your recovery. A lot of modern, newer research shows that they actually inhibit it because you're reducing blood flow. And since blood flow is the second most important thing behind food, we can't stop blood flow with an ice bath. The ice bath has its perks. I can go into that another time. A cold shower also similar but different, because your body, when you jump in a cold shower, will actually heat up because the response isn't as overwhelming as an ice bath. So when you take a cold shower, you're actually promoting recovery even though the water is cold, because you're going to get more blood flow. It does help with your recovery. Something else to consider is just moving. This would be probably number 2 to 3 on my list of things for recovery. Just move throughout your day. If you are someone who sits in an office, like try to take an extra walk or two, maybe right after you eat lunch, or take the stairs to your designated area. Maybe you stand at your desk a little bit, you do some stretches, you play with your kids or your dog. You're just doing something throughout the day to stimulate some movement and blood flow. Again, will help you recover. I got asked about some of the tools, like what tools can I use to help me recover? So those massage guns that really get into that deep tissue, they're a great resource. You can find on YouTube how to make one yourself for like 30 bucks. That's what I'd recommend. They just stimulate blood flow to the area and break up some of that kind of that stuff that settles, like that lactic feeling where you're like, it's really sore, I don't want to move it. If you can get that massage, that deep massage in that area, it will promote some recovery. There's also those muscle stims that sends an electrical signal to your muscle, which forces it to contract, and that creates blood flow. So those are also a good resource. A little more expensive, but worth it if you can afford it and you're that interested in recovery. Compression is another good thing. So there is this stuff called floss that like you wrap around your muscle. It's like this rubber stretchy material, and you put that on there. You do a little bit of work contracting that muscle, and when you take that floss off, a bunch of blood comes rushing in, again promoting blood flow. If you have that stuff, use it. It's good for you. Last couple things. Sleep is very high on the list of importance for recovery. So I would say food, blood flow, sleep. Blood flow and sleep probably being tied. You want that deep sleep. A lot of people struggle with sleep because they're on their phone before bed. They are answering work emails. They're doing something to require their brain to be very active. And before bed, you should try to read, or you're laying down, you're doing something, journaling, something very low brain power that, because as you go to bed, you're trying to rest your brain and your body. And if you go to bed all strung out on social media or TV, whatever it is, it's going to affect your sleep, and you're not going to get the deep sleep, which is where the magic of recovery will happen. So 7 to 9 hours minimum. If you're not getting that, then that should be one of the first things you look at as you're like, why am I always sore? Try to get better sleep and more of it. Last thing about recovery is your training itself. If you are someone who is training like a crazy person, you're like, I'm always sore, I don't feel like I have any good days at the gym, etc. You need to take a step back and say, what is my intention for adaptation in this workout? So for example, today I did a lot of jump rope, and I know tomorrow my calves will be sore. So I know tomorrow I need to avoid jumping, running, something that's going to require a lot of action from my calves, because I want them to recover, adapt, and come back stronger. That's the reason why I did this workout today, so I don't want to put them back further by doing even more tomorrow. I can focus on something else tomorrow and then allow that thing to recover, and then in 2 days my calves will be ready to go again. So this is something you learn with time as you figure out what exercises make what sore. Just recognize that and allow those places to heal. And as you do more exercise more frequently, your body will recover quicker. I'm at the point now where I've been working out consistently for about 10 years, and no matter the workout, I can recover in at most 2 days. And I can get back and do the same workout that made me super sore and do just as well as I did the time before. But that takes some practice. You need to dial all these things in: your sleep, your food, your blood flow. Just doing all those things well will lead to you recovering faster and allowing you to get back to the gym to train and invoke that adaptation. So that's the goal. Recover faster so you can train again to be stronger, fitter, faster, whatever it is. So if you got questions about recovery, let me know. Love to talk to you, and we'll see you next time.